The transatlantic slave trade. Was it the worst in history? No, but some of you think it is. Although it was horrible, and it lasted for well over 350 years, it was not the worst in human history, just the worst in modern history. Look at this example right here. You see, the Arab Empire actually enslaved significantly more people than the transatlantic slave trade. Numerous other regions engaged in slavery. Right here in the Americas, there was slavery before Europeans ever showed up. The Inca, Maya, and Aztec had slaves. Every culture throughout human history has had some type of slave. Nobody wants to hear that. It doesn't fit the fucking narrative. I've been kicked out of college courses when I was young for talking about slavery and the truths behind slavery. But it's important to recognize that we all share this in our ancestry. This is not simply owned by one race or one nationality. That would be racist to think that only your people were enslaved, because that's not the fucking truth of history. The truth of history is that everybody has ancestors that were slaves. The sooner we realize that and stop playing victims and move forward, the sooner we can heal this whole divide that a small percentage of the world feels that we need to have because of something that happened hundreds of years ago. There are still slaves in this fucking world, yet you're more concerned about your ancestors that are no longer with us having been slaves than about freeing those people that are still slaves in this fucking world today. Head check yourself. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. My ancestors were slaves. So were yours. But mine apparently aren't as important as yours because I'm peachy white. Make that fucking make sense to me. Go ahead. Try to prove it to me. It doesn't fucking make sense. Because I've heard the horror stories passed down through my family of how my Native American ancestors were treated, how my Irish ancestors were treated, and how slavery existed in Italy for eons. And I'm Sicilian, so 14 different nationalities coalesced in Italy and produced a me here in America. Never owned a slave. Nobody in my family, to my knowledge, has ever owned a fucking slave. But because I'm fucking YT, we've got to bear the guilt. It doesn't fucking make sense. Do some research. Don't trust your college professor, because they're fucking lie to you. Chances are they're liberal and fucking woke, and they don't know the truth about slavery. It's not taught in college. You got to dig a little bit. Go to ChatGPT. Ask this question right here. Were African Americans the most enslaved people throughout human history? And did they suffer the most? And you'll get this fucking answer right there. Ask it any way you fucking want. Yes, it was brutal. It was horrible. Millions of people lost their lives. I'm not negating that in any way. What I'm saying is you're not fucking special any more than I am. We all have ancestors that were slaves. Wake up.